You hit retirement age, you made a bunch of money, you're sick and tired of living in the West. For whatever reason, you want to live in Southeast Asia. What are your options? I wanted to give you free retirement visas that I believe are the best deals in Southeast Asia. I think the easiest, by far the easiest retirement visa that exists in all of Southeast Asia is the Philippines retirement visa, called the Special Resident Retiree visa. The reason why I like this visa so much is because literally anybody that's above 50 can qualify without having a ton of money. So what does it take to obtain this visa, you may ask? It's pretty simple. First requirement is that you're 50 plus. If you're not 50 plus, even if you meet the financial requirements, it is not going to work. The Philippines really doesn't ask you for a whole lot. All they want from you is an income of $800 a month and a security deposit. It's got to be a bank deposit of $10,000. And this is a really reasonable amount that a lot of people can swing. A lot of people have that income, and it's not a huge amount. It's not an amount that only the elite can afford because, they worked in some high position their entire life and now they're living off a beautiful pension. Not everybody has this luck. So this is one point, right? This is one option. In case you don't have any income at all and you are 50 plus, you may still get this visa by depositing $20,000 into a Filipino bank account. Now, there's a lot of pros here, we can see that, but there's also some cons. And one of the cons is that you cannot touch the deposit. It's there until you withdraw your visa. The moment you leave the Philippines, the moment you say, I'm done, I'm out of here, that is the moment when you can officially take out that money. You need to submit, obviously, paperwork, but you need to get rid of your visa. You need to give it up. It's the only way. If you live in the Philippines for the next 30 years, and then that's how it's going to be. Your money is locked. You can't touch it. You also need to pass a medical exam and provide a criminal record certificate. The second best retirement option that I see across all of Southeast Asia is Thailand's non-immigrant retirement visa. Why I think this is a good deal is because Thailand, it offers great value for your money. Thailand is a very diverse country in terms of sceneries. There's so many places where you can live. And generally speaking, people always praise the value for money that you get when you live in Thailand. They always think that Malaysia and Thailand are the best deals, and I personally agree with them. The dating scene is great, offers great value for your money, high standard of living for little money, you get great value. But how does it look like if you want to live in Thailand permanently and do so by obtaining the retirement visa? Again, you need to be 50 years plus. That's a requirement. You need to have an income of 65,000 Thai baht, which translates to roughly $2,000 monthly. So it's either or you deposit 800,000 Thai baht into a local bank account. That deposit must stick for at least 2 months before you can submit your application. 800,000 Thai baht translates to roughly $25,000. The downside with this visa is that it's only valid for a year. It can be renewed annually, but you need to go to the immigration, you need to renew it, so there is a process involved to retain this visa. In case you want to live in Thailand for a much longer period of time and have more financial resources, you want to take a look at this. Thailand also got a 10-year retirement visa, which requires a security deposit of 3 million Thai baht, which is roughly $92,000. And on top of that, you're required to have an income of 1.2 million Thai baht a year, which comes down to roughly $37,000. Here's the thing. If you're the kind of person who wants to have more security in terms of being able to live in the country for an extended period of time, you want to get a visa that's valid not just for 1 year but for 10 years. If you want that security, then Thailand also wants more security from you. And the way that you demonstrate this security, the way that you show them, is by depositing money and by also having more income. Of course, this is only going to work in the event that you're 50 plus. Now, what happens if you're 42? You made a bunch of money, or you have a good amount of savings, you still want to live in Thailand, yet you cannot qualify for the retirement visa because you don't meet the age requirement. Is there another option? Yes, there is another option called the Thai Elite Visa. The good thing about the Thai Elite Visa is that there's no age requirement, no minimum age requirement. So if you're under the age of 50 that is the only option that you have, unless you want to get involved working for a company, starting a business, but you may not want to take on all this hassle. Maybe that is not for you. Just to get a visa to live in a country, maybe too much work. So the Thai Elite visa doesn't require any of that. There's a couple of options here. There's the 5-year Thai Elite visa called the Easy Access, and you can get that by simply making a donation to the Thai government. How big is that donation, you may ask? Well, 600,000 Thai baht, which translates to roughly $18,000. Now you may think, well, $18,000 just for a social visit pass, because that's pretty much what it is. And you have reporting requirements here too. You need to report to the Thai government every 90 days. So it's a bit of hassle, but you can get it despite of you being under the age of 50. And if you want to get it for 20 years, there's also an option. You can just start with the 5-year Thai Elite Easy Access, and then before the time elapsed, you simply extend it and you pay the difference. The superior extension, the 20-year visa, is 1 million Thai baht, which is like $32,000 roughly. And you can get that by just paying the difference, before your 5-year visa expires. So you just pay another 400,000. You already paid 600,000 Thai baht. Before it expires, you pay another 400,000. So you pay it in installments. The Sarawak Malaysia My Second Home program is something that I always like to discuss because it is a good deal. A lot of people want to live in Malaysia. It's a very diverse country. There's East Malaysia, West Malaysia. It's a large country. It's rich in terms of ethnicity groups, culture, cuisines, sceneries. It has just so much to offer. And I think a lot of people still find Malaysia pretty attractive, despite of the political, troubles the country is going through right now. A lot of people still consider Malaysia as an option for their retirement, as an option, a place where they can spend their golden years. Here's the thing with the Sarawak program, and why I think and why I see that it's a lot better than the Peninsula Malaysia My Second Home program, and that is because you can get this visa, right? If you're 50 plus, you can get it, and the only requirement in terms of minimum amount of stay is that you spend 15 days a year in Sarawak. Sarawak is a state located in East Malaysia. And yeah, if you're 50 plus, you can get this visa. Financial requirements are as followed. It's either or again. If you're a single applicant, proven income of 7,000 ringgit a month, comes down to roughly $1,700. Or, savings of 150,000 ringgit. That must then be, deposited into a local bank account, into a bank in Sarawak. If you are a couple, then it would be a 300,000 deposit ringgit, or it's going to be 10,000 ringgit a month in income. So you have two distinct options here. That's pretty cool. And if you're under the age of 50, there is another option. It's also the Sarawak Malaysia My Second Home program, with the contingency that you either A, have an underage child, so under the age of 18, that has the intention of attending a public school or private school, whatever, in Sarawak. That is an option. Or B, that you simply undergo medical treatment in Sarawak. If you meet any of these requirements, despite of you just being 32, 37, 33, 42, whatever, under the age of 50, you may still qualify and you can still live in Malaysia. And you don't just need to live, in Sarawak on the island of Borneo. No, you can live in whole Malaysia. You can live in Sabah, you can live in Penang, you can live in Kuala Lumpur, Johor Bahru, Ipoh. You can live anywhere you want with this visa, and that's why I think it's pretty attractive. A lot of people are looking into it now because the requirements for the Peninsula Malaysia My Second Home program have gone through the roof, and the Sarawak Malaysia My Second Home program is a very liberal program. It's really for people that have an intention of living in the country, maybe want to split some time, and like I said, there's just a 15-day minimum stay requirement. Which of the discussed retirement programs do you find the most attractive? Leave a comment below and let us know. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm uploading new videos on digital nomad locations, travel updates, visas, crypto advice, and business advice several times a week right now. I highly recommend that you grab a free copy of my ebook Nomad Elite, the Insider's Guide to Retaining a Life of Freedom. All you need to do is click on the link below the video. And if you got some more time left, check out these videos. Thank you for watching.